Happy Thursday morning to you guys. Hope everybody is doing great. I'm just kind of rolling out of bed. I had some thoughts I want to share with you about PSA population reports and PSA grading here recently. Stick around. Hello to all my sports card collector, investor, all of my collectibles friends out there. I hope that everybody is doing amazingly well. We are at the back end of the week. It is Thursday. We're almost to the weekend, guys. Almost to the weekend. That much closer to football season. What are we, a week out now? I think it's next Thursday is the first game of the season. Excited about it. Want to say thank you to Chris from Baseball Card Collector Investor Dealer in that order. He was on my show last night. We had a live stream. If you missed it, definitely go back to the archive. It was a really good talk with one of the best YouTubers, I think, in general, and then also just a great overall guy. It was fun. Also tonight, I will have Brad, the Comeback Card Investor, on my channel for Off-Centered, our weekly show. I'm looking forward to seeing Brad. Haven't talked to him for a few days. Don't know what he's been getting up to. So we'll have to dig in and see what he's been doing. That'll be a good time as well. All right, guys, I've run across some data here this week that I thought would be interesting to share to you all, and it's essentially PSA grading data. So everyone's kind of on the lookout for updates from PSA as to whether or not, all right, when are we getting back to how it used to be? Maybe never, but you know, I just noticed that like one of my eyebrows is lighter than the other. I don't really get how that happened. It's not even a lighting thing, too. I don't like shave it or clip it or trim it. Anyway, maybe I'll have to darken it or something. It looks like I've got one eyebrow. I'm getting off topic. Anyway, found some data around PSA grading, and it is through GemRate on Instagram. So you just go to Instagram, GemRate. I believe it might be gemrate.com is the website for this stuff, but go to the IG account first, then you can go from there. But these guys offer some great data as to what PSA is grading as far as, you know, what sports, and then also breaking it down daily, weekly, monthly, giving us an idea of how many cards they're grading. And there are some really interesting tidbits here over the last 30 days. So if we are looking over the last 30 days, it shows, and this data ends August 24th, so 30 days back from there, 594,643 cards were graded. If we look at the previous 30 days behind that, they were at 760,007 cards. So they are down a little bit based on kind of where they were. Now, who knows? Maybe that's holidays. Maybe it's, you know, graders taking vacation. How dare they, right? How dare they take vacation? Who knows? But the point is that they're looking, the past 30 days, they've been at almost 20,000 per day. And it seems like they've kind of staggered anywhere from 20 to 30,000 cards per day. It looks to be the average. One thing I thought was interesting too is just kind of based on that recent pace, their pace is about 7.4 million cards annually, which might seem like a lot of cards, but they've said that they've got millions of cards in the backlog. But I guess what I would say to that, though, is I feel like that is really promising. I mean, 7 million cards in a year. And look, I don't think that they're necessarily looking to completely eliminate the backlog. I'm pretty sure they just want it to be sub 1 million cards. They probably want it to be at a couple 100,000 cards or whatever, a normal backlog to where they can open up again and take in new submissions and maintain, maybe it is 100,000 or 200,000. Maybe it's 500,000 cards, just not 5 million or whatever that number has been. But it looks like they are really kind of trucking through this backlog. And I did see, this was interesting, I think it might have been on IG Live, Ken Golden was talking to Nat Turner. I saw this as kind of like a meme on Instagram. It came through. And basically Nat was saying that, or Ken was asking, when do you expect to have another service level open? So, you know, a lower level, kind of a regular level. And who knows what that price point will be. I think that'll be the interesting caveat to it. So it might be that there's another service level open. Maybe it's $100, maybe it's $150, maybe it's $175. We don't know what that's going to be. But Nat had said it will be this year. Now, granted, there's only, 4 more months left in the year. So we're running out of this year, but he did say it would happen this year. We don't know if that's going to be in a week. We don't know if that's going to be December 31st. But the way that they're going at this pace to really kind of knock down that backlog, it looks to be that, they're going to open up another service level, which kind of opens the door for new submissions. And I think too, they've been hiring graders. I'm kind of wondering too, are they still hiring graders at the same rate? They still training graders, and are they looking to increase kind of their output? Because there's another thing too is, do they want, obviously you would think kind of the logic would be like, let's hire as many people as possible and get through this backlog. But I think they have to have a magic number as far as a pace goes. I would assume internally where they're like, look, if we can get to 40,000 cards a day, just be able to get out 40,000 cards a day, then we're happy with that. In other words, we don't necessarily need to get to 75,000 cards a day, hire that many more graders to be able to do that many more cards. Because then maybe they've got people sitting around at some point. They could almost be too efficient. I know that sounds kind of wild to think about because they've actually been closed and all of that. But at what point do they stop their hiring, or kind of they're good with it and they're just like, look, this is a good pace for us. We're getting through the backlog. We can reopen, this service level and kind of go from there. I'm curious. I wish I kind of was a fly on the wall for those internal meetings, to know, because there has to be a number. I don't think they're just going to hire until they can do 100,000 cards a day, and then have eventually in 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, have people kind of sitting around. But maybe that is the strategy. Maybe it's, hey, we need to up this, we need to get this going, and then we'll figure the rest of it out later. Maybe, I don't know. Obviously, I don't work internally at these companies. I don't have any sort of inside information. But the one thing that is for sure is PSA is grading at a rapid pace. And being that they're not taking a lot of new submissions, or essentially closed down, that is really I think they're getting there. They are getting there. Signs are pointing in that direction. And then what does that mean for the hobby? Of course, we're all speculating here, but we've talked about it. I've heard about it on a lot of other channels and podcasts. I think there's a lot of folks that are on the sidelines because a lot of their hobby was buying raw, grading it, and selling it. What is that going to look like? And so it's going to be interesting to see. Guys, let me know your thoughts on PSA. Are they grading? Are you getting submissions back? Are you starting to see cards back that you haven't seen in a while? Do you think that they're getting to a point where they can open up another service level? Are you done with PSA and you're like, you know what? I am now a CSG guy, or an SGC or a Beckett or whatever it is. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I appreciate you stopping by here today. And don't forget to join me and Brad tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern on my channel. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later. Take care, guys.